Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another day of learning. My name is Miss Casey, and I'm your host. And this is Miss Jan. She'll be your teacher. Today we will be learning about phonics digraph all. Later in the lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. Please go ahead and get that now. I hope that you have a great time learning more about the phonics digraph all.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We are going to finish our weekly session today with an introduction of the vowel digraph all. Please have a pencil and piece of paper ready for later in our session. Today, we will isolate and pronounce words with the initial, medial, and final sound of all. We will read and write words with vowel sound all. We will compare words with the short O sound ah as in octopus and the aw sound as in awesome. Let's get started. Boys and girls, today's sound is aw. Aw as in paw. Say the sound with me. Aw. Can you say it? Aw. Let's say it one more time. Aw. Let me hear you. Great job. Very nice. Now, boys and girls, I want you to repeat a few words that have the aw sound at the beginning. I will say the word first, and then you will repeat or echo me. The first word is autumn. You say it. Good job. Awful. Can you say it? Do I hear you? Great job. Awesome. Say it. Very nice. And you know, when something is awesome, like sometimes we win a prize and we have an awesome opportunity to win a trophy, right? Awesome. Very good. I love how you said that word. Now, friends, I want you to repeat a few words that have the aw sound in the middle. I will say the word first, and then you will repeat or echo me. First word, hawk. Are you saying it? I think I hear you. Good job. Yawn. Do I hear you? Yes, I do. Super. Dawn. Great job. And the last one, fawn. Great job, boys and girls. A fantastic job. And did you know that a fawn, this is a little fawn here, a fawn is a baby deer. Did you know that? Say that word fawn one more time. Fawn. Good job. Do you know all can be at the end of a word also? Now I want you to repeat a few words that have the aw sound at the end. I will say the word first, and then you will repeat or echo me. Draw. Say it. Wow, so good. Straw. Are you saying it? I think I hear you. Great job. Jaw. We all have a jaw right here, don't we? Jaw. Super job. And the last one, paw. I hear you. Yes, I do. Great job. And of course, we know that a paw is usually what we think of that is on an animal, right? Paw. Good job. Now let's take our new sound a step further and turn to our anchor charts for help. We just repeated words that have the aw sound. So now let's look at some pictures of words that we just discussed and place them correctly on the anchor chart according to their beginning, middle, or medial, and ending sounds. Okay? Here are our pictures. The first picture I have, this is a person drawing. Can you see that? They are drawing. So where does the sound aw come in the word or the picture draw? Where does it fall? Where does it come? At the beginning, middle, or end? Yes, it's at the end of the word. Sorry, at the end of the word. There we go. Oh, and this little girl feels awful. Can you see the picture? She feels awful. She's sick. Awful. Where does aw come in that picture? It's at the beginning, isn't it? Yes. Here we have a picture of a hawk. Hawk. Can you see it? Hawk. There it is. Hawk. Where does aw come in that word? Beginning, middle, or end? It's the middle, or the medial sound. Hawk. We talked about this one earlier. Jaw. There's her jaw. Where does aw come in this picture? Beginning, middle, end? It is at the end, isn't it? Jaw. Right, here we have another one. Yawn. The baby is yawning. Yawn. Where does the sound come for yawn? You're right. You're right. It is in the middle. Have just a few more. Dawn. In the morning, the sun rises and it is dawning sun. It's rising. Dawn. Where does aw come in dawn? Exactly right. There in the middle. And we have another picture. This is a beautiful picture. It looks so like the leaves are falling. It's the season of fall, but there's another word that we know for fall, and it's called autumn. Autumn. Where do you hear the sound aw? Beginning, middle, end? It's at the beginning. All right, and our last picture, just like we saw our little friend here earlier, it is a baby deer, and a baby deer is called what? A fawn. A fawn. So where do we hear aw? Where do we hear that sound? Right there in the middle, right? Great job. Great job. So, boys and girls, this is where you will need your pencil and piece of paper, and I'm going to show you how to write the vowel sound aw really quickly, and then we're going to go right back to our anchor charts. Okay? Let's write aw. Okay? You ready? Aw. The aw sound is A, W. Aw. Let's write it again. A, W, says aw. One more time. A, W, says aw. Very nice. So now, let's practice saying that sound. Okay? We're going to say aw, and we're going to say it 3 times. Ready? Ready? Aw, aw, aw. Very good. Now we're going to compare it to that other sound that sounds very, very similar. It's very, very close, and it's the short O sound. And it says aw. So let's say it 3 times. Ready? Ah, ah, ah. Now, let's think of ah, the short O sound, as what we say when we go to the doctor and he checks our throat. Sometimes you have to go to the doctor when you're sick, and he checks your throat. He makes you say ah. That is more of the short O sound, and your mouth is just a little bit more oval. But with the aw sound, the lips are pursed closer together, and they tend to jut out just a little bit from the face. So when we say aw, our jaw is jutting out just a little bit from the face when you say that. Okay? Let's say it one more time. Aw. This one. Ready? Aw. Am I hearing you? Good job. Let's say the short O sound. Ah. I hear you? Ah. Now remember, they are very, very close. Very, very close. Okay? Let's look a little bit further at our anchor charts. Is ah a vowel sound or a consonant sound? What do you think? It is a vowel sound, and we wrote that in a complete sentence, didn't we? It is a vowel sound. Yes, ah is a vowel sound. You open your mouth with an open airflow. Ah. Sometimes it is hard to tell the difference between ah as in paw and ah as in pop. They're very, very, very similar. Now we're going to write some other words that have the ah sound at the end of the word, just kind of like we talked about earlier in our very first game where we matched the pictures. All right, so we are going to write some words right here on our page. We wrote aw, 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 the sound. Now we're going to write draw. All right, d-r-aw, draw. Let's write another one. S-aw, s-aw, saw. Okay, and one more. We wrote p-aw, paw. Let's read those. Draw, saw, and paw. And those all have the aw sound at the what? At the end of the word. Exactly, at the end of the word. Very good. Now, boys and girls, we are going to play a game. I'm going to draw a picture out of my bag, and you are going to tell me if it has an aw sound or not. We will sort the pictures first and then write words that have the sound of aw. If it does, we will write the aw word and match the words to the object. Let's play. So here we go. We have our sorting game here. And of course these say aw, aw, and not aw. Aw and not aw. So our first picture is a claw. Does that have the aw sound? Claw. Yes, it does. So we're going to put it in that column. What about the picture banjo? Banjo. No, it does not have the aw sound, does it? What about paw? The kitten has 2 paws. We're putting it under aw, right? Yes. What about runner? Runner. No aw there. What about saw? Saw. Yes, it has the aw sound. What about lamp? Do you hear aw in lamp? I don't. What about crawl? Do you hear aw in crawl? Yes, we do. What about kitten? What about kitten? Let's push these up just a little bit so you can see them. I don't hear aw in kitten, do you? And we have 2 more. We have lawn. Lawn. We think of this as a grass, right? But really there's another word for grass and it's called lawn. Does lawn have aw in it? Yes, it does. So we can lay that right over here. We have one last picture. We have cans. Cans. Do they have aw? No, they don't. They do not. So now that we have our aw words divided, we are actually going to write words, write the word for these pictures. Okay, so are you ready? So our first picture here at the very top is, what is it? It is claw. Here we are. We're writing those all words just like we said at the very beginning that we would do. Claw. Let's say that again. Claw. Claw. Okay, we have that one done, right? Okay, what is this picture? This is the one that we talked about. It has another meaning. We think of grass, but lots of times it's called a lawn. That's another word for grass. Let's spell it. On, lawn. And where does the all come in that word? Beginning, middle, or end? It's right there in the what? In the middle. And this one was right there at the end, right? Okay. Let's look at our next picture here. Here's the baby, and what is she doing? Crawl. The baby is crawling. So let's spell this word. Crawl. Crawl. And again, that all sound is where? In the middle. Yes. Okay, I'm going to move these over while we do our next ones because we're going to make some sentences in just a few minutes. So now we have the picture what? Saw. Let's write it. Ready? Saw. Saw. And that's at the end. The aw is at the end of the word there. And our last one is what? It is paw. Yes, you're right. Are you writing with me? Aw. Aw. Paw. Again, if you did not have a chance to write these with me while we were doing that, you can certainly go back and pull this up and write those a little bit later if you need to. Now we're going to take our words that we've created from our pictures here, and we are going to put them in sentences. Let's clean off our area, put those back in our bag, and let's look here at our sentences. Let's look at this first one here. It says, what can you cut with a, I wonder which word I could put here. What can you cut with a saw? And we have to put our ending mark at the end. Look at there. And there's our word, right? Saw. Okay. Let's look at our next sentence. Do you need to mow your, what did we talk about that has the aw sound? Do you need to mow your lawn? And of course, we always want to make our sentences correct, right? We want to start them with a capital letter and end them with the correct punctuation mark. Do you need to mow your, what is that all word? Lawn. Very good. All right. The kitten has a tiny, what do you think? The kitten has a tiny paw. Yes, the kitten has a tiny paw. Let's read it. The kitten has a tiny paw. And we made our sentence correct with a capital letter and a correct ending mark. Two more. Ready? The bear has a huge, what did the bear have? A huge claw. Yes. And here I'm going to put an exclamation mark, because bears can be scary with their big claw, right? Let's read the sentence. The bear has a huge claw. Last one. The baby will blank to the toy. What's the baby going to do? The baby will crawl to the toy. And of course, the aw sound is where? In the middle. The baby will crawl to the toy. Great job. Today we learned that we can isolate and pronounce words with the initial, medial, and final sound of aw. And we can read and write words with vowel sound aw. And we can also compare words with the short O sound as in octopus and aw. And the aw sound as in awesome, and can listen for the difference. Let me go back and show you something about the difference really quickly that we talked about at the very beginning. Remember how tricky it was when we said that the aw sound, AW, sounds aw with our jaw jutted out, and the short O sound, like an octopus, is more of an oval sound. Let's look at some words just really quickly before we go today and see if you can say these with me, just so that you can tell that difference as a review. Our last objective was we can compare words with the short O sound as ah as in octopus, and the aw sound as in awesome. They're two different sounds, but they are so similar. So listen carefully. You might even want to close your eyes for this little activity. Say these two words, taught and taught. Taught, ah, and taught, aw. Got it? Those sound very much the same, but they're quite different. Ah and aw. Let's just do one or two more. Say Don, Don, like the man Don, the man's name Don, or dawn, like the rising sun dawn. Dawn and dawn. And remember, if you need to close your eyes, you certainly can, just to hear that difference. One more. Caught and caught. Our mouth does something different. Caught is the ah, and caught. Good job. I know that you are learning more and more each day. Thanks so much for your participation in our phonics lesson today. You did a great job, boys and girls.
That was an awesome lesson. Thank you for joining us. Please join us again for more reading fun. Remember, all rights and credits for today's lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these valuable resources. Have a great day, boys and girls. See you next time.
See you later.